Can I tell you? Respect those who can see all your limitations and still love you for who you are. Not everybody has that patience. If you do not respect those who have seen the good, the bad, and the ugly and still love you the way you are making a big mistake. Worth dying for, Jesus and the gospel. Worth dying for, family. Now, I know that a lot of people say all kinds of things about church, and they are largely right. Oh, church is full of hypocrites. Church is full of this. But can I tell you, the safest place you can ever be spiritually is the house of God. In the midst of all these stories here and there, you will still find people who love you in church. You will still find those who will cry with you in church. If you think I'm joking, lose a loved one or let something happen, and that's when you will know that many people are selfish. It is in church you will find someone who does not know you, but just seeing you cry can come to you and say, what is the matter? Can I help you? Don't get used to wicked people and think everyone is wicked. In church, there are good people. There are all kinds of vessels. Vessels of clay, vessels of wood, vessels of silver, and vessels of gold. Many years ago, I made a commitment with my life that aside being a man of God, one of my greatest goals in life is to be a shoulder for as many wounded people. Beyond being a man of God, my greatest testimony is not just that I was or I am a great man of God, but that someone, I'm not called to solve everybody's problem, but the much that I can do, not little, the much that I can do, if I can use my life to wipe somebody's tears, it may not be the best, but it was not the worst. You see, we're not called to do everything. When it has to do with being there for people, you don't need ordination. You don't need education. You just need a good heart. There are things you will need qualification to do. Showing love and kindness is not one of those. Educated or otherwise, you can show love and kindness. Are we together? Wealthy or otherwise, you can show love or kindness. When it has to do with love and kindness, gender does not necessarily matter. Age may not matter. Our world is full of bleeding people, bleeding preachers. I once saw a photo, I think it was on YouTube or so, I can't remember what I was looking for. And then I saw, I think it was a graphic representation of something. And a man who was holding on to his small son, shielding the son from something or so. And there were all kinds of arrows on that man. I said, how true. Some of you never know what men of God go through. The stress, the pain, the internal crisis, having their own issues that they have to throw away. This is true for preachers. This is true for leaders. And most times the church sometimes can be full of very ungrateful people. They do not know that every sermon you hear comes from a standpoint of blood, tears, and sacrifice. How about leaders? You come to your workplace and you see ideas that keep scaling that organization, not knowing that someone lost sleep for that idea to come about. I'm praying for you that you will train your spirit to respect greatness when you see it. There is no gift of greatness in the Bible. Greatness is a cumulative of this journey. And tonight we are learning lessons from an overcomer.